Hey everyone, at long last, planes have arrived in Scum. That's right, with update 0.7, Wings of Fury, we've got planes and parachutes. So, what I'm going to show you today is how to fly. Now, what I suggest you do is try this out in single player, because if you're going to try it online, you're going to be waiting a long time. We all know what happens with vehicles. They disappear, they're rarer than rocking horse plop, and, you know, when will you ever see a plane? Not very often, I pretty much guarantee you that. So, best thing to do, play in single player and learn how to fly there. Okay, so what do you need to do to actually spawn in planes? Well, let me show you quickly. The first thing you should do actually is bring in a parachute, very useful. So we'll just do a spawn, actually, here we go, spawn parachute, that's the code. And don't worry, I will put this in the description for you down below. So we've spawned in the parachute, which is right there. The other thing we're going to use is this weapon here. I'm not going to bring in any bullets for it because we'd be loading it for a long time. I just want to show you where it goes on the plane, because you can have two guns on the plane. And finally, let me just turn around quickly, because I'm just going to bring in another plane. Let's do this again. So the one I'm using is the Kinglet Duster. That's a weird name, Kinglet Dusters. And the Kinglet Scout is this rather natty red plane that just dropped out of the sky. Okay. That's really all there is to it. As you can see, I've been spawning in quite a few planes and crashing them and whatnot. But anyway, let's learn to fly. Well, first things first, let's equip that parachute. And we'll take that gun. Brilliant stuff. And I've already attached a gun here. And you can attach the other one right over here, right in this little triangle-y bit. There you go. Obviously, have the weapon in your hand first, and you can attach them there, which is quite fancy. Quite nice. Right, so to fly a plane, get in here, get in. Right, so to go left and right, or use your yaw, it's Q and E. That means you go left and right. To roll, you're going to use A and D. Obviously, I can't use it. I'm on the ground. And to pitch it up and down, use W to pitch down, and as you can see, and S to pitch up, which is what you'll use when you take off. Now to speed up, or actually turn on the engine and start motoring along, just scroll up. Just like you would when you're walking. Pitch back, press the S. There we go. Up we go. There's a fancy roll. There we go. And we'll even do, oh look at that, a loop-the-loop stunt flyer. Brilliant stuff. So the plane is super stable. So if you're really into your flight sims, it's probably going to be quite disappointing as an experience, but I think it's a nice feature in the game. Right, as you can see, we're going up and we can see the icicles, so we're getting cold. Icicles, well, we're getting frost on the side of the screen. That means if you're not wrapped up warm, you will start taking sort of environment damage because of exposure. But anyway, just remember that in future. And now we're gonna, let's land actually. So, and slow. There we go. Brilliant stuff. So we've landed. Let me speed up right as well, just a second. So imagine you've ballsed up your landing and you're going to hit the wall or something. Well, press F. And it just stops the plane dead in its tracks. So you'll avoid a crash that way. Which is, it's a little bit of a cheat. It's going to be a lifesaver, it'll stop you crashing into trees and whatnot. But anyway, so what do we need to do next? Well, let me show you how the parachute works. So let's take off again. We'll go straight up. Oh, I don't know what's happened there. No. Oh, Christ. Right, doesn't seem like you can go straight up. I am getting colder. So, when you're about to bail out the plane, one thing you've got to remember is you've got to be horizontal like this. You can't be deciding to jump out when the plane is like at this angle or that angle, because you'll just die. It's very weird how that works. So anyway, I think we're high enough now. So I will actually, let me just bail out somewhere vaguely safe. Let's level it out. Right, okay, so to jump out, we'll press F. Whee! And we can change our angle with the scroll wheel. There we go. So our angle of descent we can change, but it doesn't really do anything, I've noticed. We can wave our arms around by pressing A and D, and there you go, look at that. WASD, alright. And then press space to open up your parachute, but you can't really direct it. Boom, there we go. So yeah, be careful when you jump out. If you jump out at really high altitudes, you can drift for miles, and I've drifted across an entire sector when I've jumped out at a high enough altitude. But anyway, guys, that is literally all there is to flying and using a parachute. It's quite easy, so I'll see you in the next vid.